Hi, I'm Alyson, and I am the lead writer for Who I Used to Be, which is a sort of detective game about finding yourself. Now, I've never actually written for a game before, so this is a new experience for me, and so I figured in this video I'd kind of talk over how exactly I'm going about doing it. Enjoy. So the concept for Who I Used to Be was something that really came to me a good couple years ago or so. I was just starting to get into game development, and I was at a summer camp, and I, for some reason, was doing a lot of thinking about, I don't know, mortality and stuff like that. You know, the typical stuff. And I had this idea of, like, what if I made a game that takes place sort of after the events of the story? And, like, the story is figuring out the story, in a sense. And that idea kind of just stuck with me for those couple years until a few months ago when I actually got around to starting to put together a game design document and writing and stuff. Fast forward to October of 2025, and I had started thinking about how exactly I was going to go about doing this. One of the biggest hiccups that I really was running into was the fact that it's a little bit hard to write a story where a character is figuring out their own identity when you don't know who the character is. And I'm not exactly great at just like making a character in isolation from scratch. That was like kind of what I felt like I needed to do. So I kind of was just stuck for like a month or two, and I finally resorted to essentially just writing fictional diary entries from the perspective of this character to sort of just figure them out organically. And now, fast forwarding to January at the time of recording this, I have actually started using those very diary entries as sort of the basis for how the game functions. Basically, the way that you go about progressing the story in this game is by essentially, like, you can influence other characters to basically uncover artifacts from your life. And by doing that, you kind of just figure out who this character was, who they were in life. And so, going back to these diary entries, I essentially put together a spreadsheet for each entry, basically covering like what exactly these artifacts were that were important to this character, that related to their viewpoint of the environment that you're finding these things in. So that was a really good starting point, and that's pretty much just been informing the rest of the game's design ever since that point. From basically just more detailed writing and just generally the gameplay and the structure of it, and even down to the soundtrack as well. Along with writing it, I am also the composer and designer for it, so yeah, it's going well so far. Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this and want to see more of it, make sure to like this video and also subscribe so you don't miss an upload. And if you want more of us, you can also join our Discord that we recently launched. That's linked in the description under this video, and I hope to see you there. That's all for now.